Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Minako, and today I just want to give you a quick rundown on your gut microbiome and your health. So, your gut microbiome is a fascinating topic that I could talk on for hours, but today I'm just going to give you a little short preview about what it's all about. So, these are the gut bacteria, the viruses, the fungi, all that live within our gut and inside our bodies. And they have this huge impact on our health. It's really kind of crazy, but we're finding more and more about what is going on with our gut microbiome. So I'm just going to give you a little taste today of what is going on. So, did you know that we are more microorganisms than human? It's true. Our gut microbiome and our bugs that coexist with us actually outnumber human cells by 10 to 1, which is crazy, right? We are actually more bugs than human. Um, but because these microbes are so tiny, they actually only take up about 2 kilograms of our total body weight. So, although if you think about how much DNA is in these gut microbiomes compared to our own human DNA, what they do and how they react within our bodies has huge impact on our health. It actually impacts our immunity. It can impact our risks of getting heart disease. It can impact our risks of becoming obese, having type 2 diabetes. It even increases and changes our mood, right? Crazy as that seems, 70% of our immune system is in our gut. And 95% of serotonin that is made, the serotonin that's a mood stabilizer, also is created in our gut. So the way we treat our gut bacteria and how healthy it is and the balance of it really affects our total body. So if you think about it, we co-evolved with these microbes, right? So they've been with us and they've evolved with us over time. And they critically change on how we digest our foods, what nutrients we get from our foods. All of this depends on our gut microbiome. So if you think about it, right, we have, skin, and skin is like a barrier between us and the outside world, right? And if you think about it, from our mouth all the way down into our stomach, into our intestines, and out our anus, right? This is like one long tube that connects to the outside world. So just like our skin and the bugs that are on our skin protect us, so does the gut microbiome the microbiome that resides in our mouth and our esophagus, through our stomach and intestines. Like those bugs, those bacteria also help to protect our health. So if this is like a diagram, a cross section of our intestines, right? Here we have fungi, bacteria, and viruses that live right on the inside of that tube. And that's where all the food passes through, and anything, it just connects to the outside world. And it's these gut microbiome bacteria that actually help us digest, pull out nutrients of the food, so that we can actually ingest them, right? And when you eat a lot of processed foods and lots of sugars, right, these are foods that are, not natural to the way we evolved. What happens is certain bacteria, the healthy bacteria, they stop thriving and they stop producing like this mucus layer that kind of protects those cells. And what happens is you get something called leaky gut. So leaky gut is when these cells start to have little holes in it, and all sorts of toxins and allergens can get through. And that's when our immune system starts to react, because remember, 70% of our immune system lives right underneath that barrier. So that's why a lot of scientists think that we're developing more and more allergies, and that's how we get this chronic inflammation, so that our immune function doesn't function as well. And we've also known that certain bacteria, when you have an overgrowth of certain bacteria, that can actually connect to certain cancers, including colon cancers. Having an overgrowth of certain bacteria can actually make your mood more unstable, and it impacts your overall health, obesity, diabetes, and certain cancers. So it's super important to be able to eat the right foods to feed the proper balance of our gut microbiome. So what feeds these gut bacteria? What makes them healthy? Well, fiber, right? Even though fiber is not a micronutrient that we ingest, and we don't derive any direct nutrients or nutritions from fiber, right? But the fiber actually feeds our gut bacteria, and that's what makes them healthy and thrive. So where do we get fiber from, right? Plant foods and fruits. So there are a lot of fiber-rich prebiotic foods. So the prebiotic foods are things like, avocado and leafy greens and yellow and green vegetables and root vegetables and beans and legumes, broccoli, all of these things that are great for you. And also a lot of fruits like berries and oranges and apples and, root vegetables like sweet potatoes. So all of these foods help to feed our gut microbiome and help them be healthy, and they in turn help us to be healthy. The other things to eat are probiotic foods. These already have the healthy gut-friendly bacteria in them. So these are mostly fermented foods, things like sauerkraut, yogurt, tempeh, apple cider vinegar, and things like miso and pickles and kimchi, and my favorite, which is natto, which is a fermented soybean. So those are your probiotic foods. It's really important to, as they say, eat a rainbow, because eating a rainbow, you get all sorts of diverse high fiber foods. And it's really important not just to have one type of fiber, but various types of fibers from various different foods. And by eating a rainbow, you ensure that you get all sorts of vitamins and minerals and things like lycopenes and sulforaphanes, which are anti-cancer fighting substances, and polyphenols, and all sorts of different vitamins and minerals that are good for us, right? So we want to eat diverse, high fiber foods, our rainbow, prebiotic foods, so these are the different fibers, probiotic foods, which are the healthy bacteria that's in fermented foods. And we want to avoid these ultra refined, ultra processed foods, because when you think about foods that are ultra processed, things that come in a package, like cookies and crackers, and what you're doing is you're taking whole foods like whole wheat, berries, and you're grinding them down and you're just stripping it from its natural fiber. And fiber, we know, is what feeds our gut microbiome. So when you have ultra processed foods with a lot of sugars and a lot of unhealthy fats and have been stripped of their fibers and nutrients, then what happens is it makes our gut bacteria much more unhealthy, right? The other thing that you want to be cautious with is low calorie sweeteners, such as saccharin, sucralose, stevia, even xylitol, the sugar alcohols, right? What is xylitol? Right, xylitol is a sugar alcohol. It's in a lot of chewing gums, and they say it's good for you because it actually is antibacterial and kills off the bacteria in your mouth. But what happens if you're eating a lot of that, or if you're chewing a lot of that gum and you're swallowing your saliva? You're eating something and swallowing your saliva that has a lot of antibacterial properties in it. And even though it might help get rid of some of the unfriendly bacteria in your mouth, it's also doing harm to your gut microbiome. So you want to avoid some of those refined and artificial sweeteners. Antibiotics. Antibiotics are so important for us. We have lived as long as we have because of the antibiotics. And when they're critical for your health, obviously we want to take antibiotics. But you don't want to go to your doctor and ask for antibiotics for every little cold and sniffle, because most of the times those are viruses that our bodies naturally can fight off, right? So antibiotics absolutely life-saving, and you want to take them when you need them. But in addition to wiping out the harmful bacteria, it will also wipe out our healthy bacteria. So when you're on antibiotics, after and while you're on antibiotics, you probably do want to supplement with some probiotics, right? And then the other things that impact your healthy microbiome is actually things like exercise, getting enough sleep. Our microbes in our gut actually have a circadian rhythm. And also managing stress, right? Because when you are stressed out, you have certain hormones that our cortisol levels go up, our fight or flight reaction goes up, and those hormones can also impact your gut microbiome. So exercise, getting enough sleep, managing your stress, and eating a rainbow, eating prebiotics and probiotics. So those are ways to basically keep our gut microbiomes happy and healthy, and in turn, it will keep us happy and healthy. So thank you so much for your attention. And next week, we'll do another Facebook Live that will be streamed to you on Wednesday morning. So keep watching. Thank you for your attention. And if you want to know more, I have stuff on my website, drminako.com. I have a blog up there. If you're interested in more health information, lifestyle medicine information, and information on how to live a healthy life with cancer. And you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Dr. Minako. And also, if you're interested in cancer immunotherapy, come visit us at the Tokyo Cancer Clinic. All right, see you next time. Thanks for watching.